By the time this show is over, all of your listeners are going to know exactly what to do to build a coaching business to high ticket months, because that's what I do.
Welcome to the Business After Hours, where the ties loosen, the suit relax, and we talk business without the boardroom. Grab your favorite drink, kick back, and let's dive into the world of business after hours. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Business After Hours podcast. Unfortunately, Jeff is not here with us, but that's okay. We'll keep on rolling. I have Jeanne, right? I say that
John,
right?
John,
John. Sorry,
John.
I knew I was going to mess that up. So we have John here. Can you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Sure. Well, what I wanted to say is, by the time this show is over, all of your listeners are going to know exactly what to do to build a coaching business to high ticket months, because that's what I do.
That's great. So how do you do that?
Okay, so it's called organic social media marketing. And you were telling me that you're doing a bit of some marketing and you have a company. It's not that. So organic social media marketing is not paid marketing. It's not ads. It's free. It's what you can use, which is fantastic, online in the social media platforms to get clients. And I figured this out like about 5.5 years ago. I got online. I was a broke solo parent, 54 years old, deep debt, 2 kids. And I thought, wow, I need to figure something online that's not ads, and I'm not techie, ads and funnels. So I got online and I figured out how to get clients with no high ticket, with no ads online, organic social media marketing. People are like, how did you do that? So simple. My key to this is simplicity and not running around doing a billion other things. So yeah, I just started helping people, and then more people heard about me, and I managed getting to $1 million in 17 months online with no ads, all on my own at 92%, about 92% profit, I think it was.
Okay. Wow, that's awesome.
Mm.
That's a lot.
Yeah, because it's, a normal person running ads or whatever, earning 4 million, right?
And then you probably don't have all of the I guess apps, costs that typically a
Yes.
big business would, like Office. I'm sure you're doing from home, so obviously all of that stuff is,
Yeah.
yeah. So I get that. What do you find that you like better, coaching or developing people to do what you do?
Well, actually, the coaching is developing people to do what I do, because I coach coaches and consultants to do what I did to
Okay.
get their high ticket. So my whole thing is, when I want to do something in my life, I find somebody that's done what I want to do and very successful at it. I track them down. I say, hey, could you coach me on that? Because to me, even if somebody's not a coach, I don't care. They've done what I want to do. And that is really how you're successful, is figure out who is around that's done what you want to do, that's living the life you want to live, and say, could you coach me on that? And sometimes they say, well, I'm not really a coach. That's okay. I'll pay you as if you're a coach, because I don't care about your coaching methods. Just tell me what to do. So for me, it doesn't really matter. There's a lot of things that don't matter. And what doesn't matter is coaching style or blah, blah, blah. It's just help people and give them the instructions, because a lot of it's not coaching, it's actually training, and go do that. And it's very simple. To help people is very simple. We make it so complicated to do everything. I am very good at simplifying what a lot of people complicate needlessly. If you want to make a lot of
Do
money, simplify stuff.
do you feel like there's a certain type of person that fits well into what, a coach?
Yes, there is a certain type of person. There's certain personality types that we know are make good coaches, like in the whole Myers-Briggs. However, that does not mean you cannot be a great coach if you don't fit into that. We can't, we have to stop labeling everything we're doing, and I'm a this and I'm a that, and I can't do that, because successful people come in all shapes, sizes, and birth dates. Okay, so
Definitely.
we there's too much labeling of oneself going on, and too much staring at our own belly buttons going on. And
Mhm.
there's a lot of weakness being taught, a lot of over analyzing, a lot of stuff. To me, things are simple. You want something. Do you want to be a coach? Yes, I do. You want to be a consultant? Great. So I also coach um, digital marketers, because they don't know how to do organic marketing. and they know
Mm.
that their clients need that. So basically, it's like, okay, what do you want? Can we get it for you? Yeah, okay, good. We'll coach you to get what you want, and you will pay us. It's that simple. That's it.
Wow.
And you do the work, you get results. If you do not do the work, you will not get results because you have to do the work. Have you heard that somewhere before? You have to do the work?
I feel like people have like tune their ears out when they hear you have to do the work, you know? They just see,
Mm.
goal results and they're just like, "Oh, it's instant, right?" You know?
That is why they sell a lot of those bogus diet pills
Mhm.
because people think they can buy a magic wand diet pill, and they're selling that because people wish that that would work so much that they could keep eating all the bad stuff they're eating
Mhm.
and not work out and not take care of themselves. But I'm just going to take that pill. So this is why a lot of bad companies make a lot of money, because human nature is we don't want to do the work. I just want a magic
Mhm.
fix, magic fairy dust sprinkled on your head. Now, I'm not saying that luck doesn't come into it sometimes. I personally, nothing I've ever done is because of luck. I'm that person that has to put the reps in. So maybe it's a personality thing. I'm
Yeah.
like, wow, I never had any luck. It was really the hard work. So,
Good.
but that's maybe good, because then nobody can ever say, well, Jeanne, how did you do that? I'm like, I don't know. It was luck. You can't teach luck.
Mhm.
So I'm well placed because there was no luck doing the reps. I learned a lot. Now I can teach you, because I can't say, well, I don't know how I did that because it just fell on my head. You can't replicate that. So
So when
yeah,
like when somebody comes to you like how long does it take you to mold somebody on average for them to start seeing success?
that depends. Some people are very quick. Some people are not so quick. It's just people, personality, how much work, everything, their vibe, their marketing, whether people like their face, because that comes into it too, charisma. And I've had I had somebody come in and she got to $91,000 in 4 weeks.
Oh wow.
Yeah. She'd been coaching for, I think, 4 years, but hadn't really made that much money. Came in, said, I'm going to do what you're doing. Tell me exactly what you're doing. I said, this is exactly what I do. She said, okay, I'm not going to veer. I'm not going to do anything different. I'm going to do exactly. And I said, that's really smart, because you want to bake a cake, you want to get the recipe, and you want to do the recipe. You don't want to leave something out and hope that it rises. Right. So, it just depends. It's very people, their personalities, and whether they want to not change their personality, but get what they want despite everything. It depends on their motivation, their personality, their drive, their desire is big.
Now, when talking like organic marketing and that, I know we talked in our last episode about the touch points. You know
Mm,
how a typical client needs 7 to 8
mm,
touch points before they actually
mm,
purchase. Like
mm.
how does that factor when we're talking just organic
Well, I
SEO?
I don't believe that, because I've seen that's not true.
Okay,
When
that's
people
fair.
say,
So I
"Well,
would.
yes, it's true, but well, hang on, wait a minute," because I was on a phone with somebody the other day, and he said, "Yes, let's chat." And it was 15 minutes, and he said, "I love this." And on the 20th minute, he bought a high ticket program from me. First time he ever saw me. So I think we're holding ourselves back by getting so much information about what life is. And you have to talk to somebody 10 times. Well, if you tell yourself that, you're certainly not going to sell them before the 10th time. But
That's a good way. That's a
if
good
you
point.
say, well, it just depends. So because I don't believe any of that, I think it's so random. I mean, then I say, well, wait a minute. Oh, that's not possible. But yeah, it is possible because it happened. I have people arguing with me about what's actually happened to me. I'll say, but that happened. Well, that's not possible. Yeah, it happened.
It's
Well,
about it.
yes, it did. I mean, if it's possible that a mom has a car fall on the kid and they lift the car because it's a mom thing, lifting a car, even though that scientists would say that's impossible, that a 120-pound woman can lift. Well, she did it because some intrinsic motivation made her lift the car to save her kid. I don't know what to say. So if you said, "Oh,
Mhm.
that's impossible that a 120-pound mom can lift a car," then well, it's happened. So
Yeah.
I don't believe the touches. I think a lot of people write a lot of stuff about a lot of things to sell books, to get people to follow a system, to buy their, selling system, to do. You have to ignore a lot of what you're hearing and find out stuff for yourself, for your brand. You could be, I mean, there are people that just are so charismatic. Like I've had people buy from me without even meeting me. They've just started conversations with me in a Facebook Messenger. They go, back and forth and, hey, you know what? I don't need a call. Here's my money. I want to sign up with you. They've done a
Mhm.
little bit of searching. Wow, I love it. I'm done. Boom. People make decisions in different ways. Does that make
Very
sense?
true.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So stop believing that you have to do and it's going to take 8 because then it will. No,
No, I
I
agree.
can take
I
8.
definitely am. Yeah, I don't. I guess maybe I said it wrong because I do agree that obviously you can sell on the first date. Like people
Mhm.
go to car dealerships, walk
Mhm.
on lot, just saying I'm just looking, and they sell. And so,
Or
I
no,
mean, I
or
agree.
they excuse me, or they walk in and they go, "I have that car.
Yep. Yeah.
I'll
Definitely.
take it."
I've definitely.
Mhm.
Very true. Very, very
Mm.
true. And then you have people that need to take 10 months to research the right
Or
vehicle, the right. It's
and
absolutely.
then they don't buy because they're so
Yep.
afraid of spending money.
Mhm.
So those are
Yep.
the
Yep.
those are the actual tire kickers.
Yep, absolutely. I
Yes.
agree. So, like, what makes you so successful?
Thank you. You know what? First of all, I don't think I'm that successful. That's the thing, right? Because
Yeah,
I'm successful, but there's a lot of people way more successful than me. But what made me as successful as I am? Okay,
yep.
because you know what I mean. Like I know people that are
Hmm.
billionaires, so what makes them
Yeah,
that? So, but and you keep moving the needle, right? So,
yeah,
I really just think is I don't give up. I really just think I'm realistic that if I want something, I'm gonna have to do the work, and I'm gonna not
yep.
complain, and I'm just gonna do what it takes. That's all. I'm gonna do what it takes, but act with ethics and morals and not break laws, right? And
Yeah, of course.
treat people well and not cheat them or sell badly because bad selling is a problem. And I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to do it with ethical selling. I'm going to do it by serving people. I don't care what people think. I don't care that everybody says, "Why do you still do your sales calls?" Because I want to. I think it's just that I do care, and I'll do whatever it takes, and I will not burn out on my own terms. I'm not going to burn out. I want to have a nice life. I want to do everything I want to do. So I think it's like, okay, I want that. I'm going to do it on my own terms, and I'm just going to do whatever it takes. And I'm not going to complain, and I will get the results because I don't give up.
So, was there ever a time where you struggled after being, you know, successful at the time, and then you struggled a little bit, or has it just kind of always been gravy for you?
Oh, never been gravy. Oh, absolutely not. Because even though it's working, you're full of anxiety of will it still work? Or, there's so much going on. And I've had to really work on my anxiety because that was one of my things. I thought, wait, you mean people are anxious every single day of their lives? And I realized that I was anxious. I thought, whoa, wait, I got to fix that. That's not loving myself. So, I'm always wanting to on a 360, make my life better. It's not
Mhm.
making money is not success. Making money on your own terms, helping people, being healthy, doing things well, that's success. And everybody defines it differently. So yeah,
I
of course
definitely
it was
agree
a
with that.
struggle. It was a
Yeah.
struggle. I was working nonstop. You get a bad client, there's nothing's ever going to be smooth in life. If you think life will be smooth, I don't know what planet you were brought up on. Like,
That's very true.
gonna be minor problems, that is how you see it.
Mhm.
Problems that used to seem major become minor after a while, the more experience you get. It's like, "Oh, that
Yeah,
happened again. Okay." You know?
so, mental health, plays a big part into this, right?
Yes.
Being able to deal with yourself. I know I obviously I have my own issues with mental health, so I definitely understand that. And so, like, how do you get somebody out of their own head?
The first thing is the person needs to be willing to get out of their own head. You can't you can lead a horse to water. You cannot force them to drink.
Very true.
So, I try to establish before we sign people up whether they're wanting to get their head straight, whether, you know, is this going to be a fit? Can we help? Can we help them? Now, some people aren't a fit because I'm sitting there thinking that we're not therapists. This is never going to work. We're not therapists. It's not a therapy. We have a mindset coach that's still not therapy. We're not allowed to do therapy. We're business coaches. However, the mindset is important and the life coaching goes in there. So, um, I mean, if somebody's so, you know, in their head that we can't fix it, then we can't fix it. We can only do what we can do. But if they are ready and willing and understand they're in their head and that they are really want to fix stuff, then yeah, we can certainly help them.
That's great. What about like so I work in lending, so business funding, and so I see a lot of like hopes and dreams of wanting to start things, but they don't have the funds or that to really get going. Do you have any advice for those
You know what I have to say to that? So what? You didn't have
things?
funds. It sounds bad, but so what? You didn't have
Okay.
funds. So you're going to give up? Because if you're giving up at every single thing, you're never going to make it. You're never going to
Mm.
make it. I don't have funds, and what do? Oh, I'm going to think outside. I'm going to find a way. Find a way. People that don't find a way are never going to be successful because it is a very competitive world we are living in. It's been competitive since day one when we're fighting over which beast and who's going to kill the beast and eat it. Okay. Schools, getting into the career, marriage, finding the right spouse is competitive. Why do you think there's all these dating apps? The jobs, SAT, life is competitive. And we tell children that, oh, don't worry about the competition. We are not. That's not life. We are not equipping them for life to pretend that competition is not there. Now, personally, I don't look for competition. I don't recognize competition. I don't think about it. But when I do think about it, I think, oh, that's right. People say, well, how did you get where you are with all the competition? I said, there's competition. I have blinkers on. I don't see it because it doesn't matter to me. I just do what I'm doing. I don't care what people are thinking, and I'm going to help people, and I'm going to create my life. But when you're always looking around, like, what are other people doing? And da da da, and what do they care? What do they think? I don't care. I'm a mom. I need to support my kids. I want to be healthy. I want to be a success. I want to help people, and I want to change the world. That's it. I will do it no matter what. Nobody will stop me unless I die or something terrible
Even
happens to
then,
me. God willing, that
even
doesn't
then,
happen.
right?
Right.
And I agree. I guess I find myself being one of those people that like I've always like I'm just gonna figure it out myself, just because
Okay.
you
Well,
know
that's a mistake.
what I would disagree in the sense that I think there's a lot of helpful advice out there, like on YouTube and stuff. And I'm not just like, talking like coach. And I'm like, for example, like I like working on cars. I'm not a very good car
Mm.
mechanic, but it's something I like to tinker with. But I have no clue what I'm doing. So a lot of times I'm like, how do I do this on YouTube? And I can watch a
Sure,
video and go,
sure.
oh,
That's
okay, you know,
yeah, okay, I have a question. You realize that all the top athletes have excellent trainers and coaches,
absolutely.
and you do realize they never would have gotten where they were without those people, ever.
I
So why would you say, "I'm gonna do it myself," when you could get help and be the top in the world or excellent? So the figuring it out myself, I never say that ever. I say, who can I find that's better than I am that's going to make me excellent so I don't waste time, money, and they will transform? That's the question of a winner.
I agree. I get where you're coming from.
Mm,
I guess I tend to think from a poor mind, so usually I don't have the money
mm.
to fix things, and so then yeah, I have to, and you have to, and so I guess when I was saying that, it was more geared towards the things of like
Fixing stuff?
when you don't have the funds or you don't have, there's
Sure,
resources out there to be able to push you along until you
sure. But,
can.
I didn't listen. I just think that's an excuse. I didn't have funds. I didn't have any funds. I was in deep debt. And when I say this, people go, deep debt, solo parent, no funds, no assets, just debt, nobody helping me, nothing, nothing. And I managed to scrape 10K together on 3 different credit cards. And I spent, see, people say that they do have funds. It's called credit. And smart people use other people's money. It's called credit. It's
I agree.
a gift from God. Because if we were in a lot of countries, we really would not have access to funds. We
Hmm.
are so lucky. Now, we were not on the streets because I had credit. And I said to my brother at one point, thank goodness I have credit. We would be on the streets. So thank you, credit. Thank you, God, for credit. It is a gift. So when people go, I don't have the funds, no, that means I do not want to risk putting this on a credit card because I'm too scared. Okay. Now I have the stomach for that because I think, if I don't put it on credit, when am I ever going to make money when I don't know how to make money? That's a circular problem and it's ridiculous and it's not smart. So smart people say, how can I use other people's money? And credit is other people's money. And that is why I am where I am, because I understand those facts. I have no funds myself. I need to make this happen. Limited time. That person can help me. I'm going to go get credit, get the help, and make money. That's why I'm successful.
I do. I like it. I agree, because obviously I'm a funder. So yeah, obviously
You
business
know?
is been fun, so,
Yeah.
but so absolutely. So what is on your plate for 2025? Like, what's
Well,
your
this
goals, I guess?
this is my 10x year. In business, sometimes you're walking and sometimes you are running, and you have to walk and run. You cannot run all the time. You will burn out. I've known this since the 13 years, that you have to balance that burst. But when you're walking, you don't give up on the business. You're still doing the business, but it's not that, right? So
Hmm.
I was walking for a bit. I thought, okay, I'm walking a bit. This year I'm running in a good way. This year is my 10x year, and I'm already changing the way I think, the way I do things, because in a business, you have to 2x for a while. And after a while, you can't 2x enough to get the results you want because there's no time. Okay.
Yeah.
However, there's a lot of misconception around like starting a business and immediately 10x. You don't start a business and immediately 10x. You get things going, you know, elbow grease, then you 2x. You might 2x for a while, then you 10x. People don't understand that. It's an energy thing. I knew I was ready, so I'm ready, and I'm meeting and all of a sudden you start meeting different people that are going to aid and abet your bigger vision. And it's not like, oh, I have a bigger vision. It's just plan. What do I do? What do I do to 10x? Well, I've got to let go of that. I've got to stop doing that. Mainly, it's what you're going to stop doing. I've got to get help with that. I've got to train people. We don't want to train people, do we? But we've got to put that time in. You've got to have better boundaries so that people don't waste a minute of your lives. I mean, even team members. Well, I just started practicing this. So that's and things are going to happen because what do I need to? Well, I'm etching time out to invest more. You need to take time when you're investing. You don't just invest. Meeting with those, I've invested already more this year because I set time aside. 10x my investments, 10x my assets, 10x my influence, my everything. So I'm excited about this year because it's not like, oh, I'm so excited. It's just I have a plan and I will do this. Does that make
Oh,
sense?
that's all.
It's not
No,
about like, oh, I'm super
absolutely.
excited. It's about keeping your emotions in check while you just, and it's not all going to go as planned, but I
Never.
have a plan.
I think I think that's something even business owners struggle in nowadays is having a plan for the plan when it doesn't work.
Right, and that is just course correcting. Nothing
Exactly.
is. I laugh when people show me their plans. I'm like, that is great artwork.
Right.
Let's change it all because it will change, and you can't know. But at least you. I know I have a plan. Okay, I got to get rid of that, and I don't know when, but that's going to happen. I've started doing that. Now what? And then things happen and they're inspiring you, and they change it a bit, but you're still 10xing.
So
So
when you're looking at when you're looking at your plan, are you looking at it from a monthly period?
I do 90-day plans because they've proven those work the
90.
best. 90 days, chunk it, 90 days. What do you need to get done? Okay, then you review it. But you're not just waiting till the 90 days passes. You're still looking. And then you start a new 90 days. And then you do 90, 90, 90, 90. And you don't have to start at the beginning of the year. You can start it now if you're listening. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Good advice. Well, we're kind of wrapping up the end of the podcast. Real quick, go ahead and give us a plug for you, your business.
Sure.
Who.
You can just go, if you want to talk with me, go to jeanneamlore.com. There's a way to book a call. We'll get on a call, me or one of my team members, and see if we can help you.
Great. And is this the best way to get a contact
That
with you?
that is the best because that has all the reviews and there's a booking link on there.
We will also have your Facebook, LinkedIn posted in the description as well for people to follow you and interact with you there. Any last parting words before the end of the week?
Yeah, sure. Just, honor your lives and just do what it takes. Don't stop waiting. Stop waiting for everybody. Stop making excuses. You will have a much happier life if you are fulfilled.
No. That's great. Thanks again for coming on. It was a pleasure having you. Hopefully we can get you back on when Jeff is here so that,
Mhm.
you can get the full experience. But again, thank you for taking the time out. It's greatly appreciated.
You're so welcome.
Welcome to the Business After Hours, where the ties loosen, the suit relax, and we talk business without the boardroom. Grab your favorite drink, kick back, and let's dive into the world of business after hours.